The recent death of businessman Parag Desai in Gujarat has brought the focus back onto the stray dog issue that is being faced in many parts of the country. It's a very contentious issue. Now, initially the headlines on the unfortunate death of Parag Desai screamed that Parag Desai, died after being attacked by stray dogs. This was not actually correct. While he was apparently chased by stray dogs, he fell and he got a head injury, and that eventually led to his death. So yes, there could have been many other reasons due to which a person could fall, and in this case it happened to be that he was chased by stray dogs. This is something that a lot of animal lovers are pointing out, but this has brought the issue back into focus. This issue of stray dogs that is being faced in many parts of the country. Now, if we talk about the legal aspect of it, currently in India we have the ABC rules of 2023, that's the animal birth control rules of 2023, and these supersede the animal birth control rules of 2001. Those rules were found to be very ineffective, and the rules say that the municipalities are to be responsible for dog populations. They're to sterilize dogs and to ensure there's no rabies either. But how are we so sure, is what many of the critics have pointed out, that these new set of rules are not going to be plagued by the same problems that were seen previously as well, and that is that the municipal corporations they have too much on their plate, and this does not get the priority that it deserves. And so often it was given out to NGOs. Not every place was it even done in Uttarakhand. In fact, while the rules have been in place for a while, no real action was taken under this, and it's a huge problem in many small towns and in villages. And now through these new rules, ABC 2023, they want the panchayats and the municipal corporations to be responsible. What they have to do is pick up dogs, sterilize them in a humane way, and then put them back where they belong. And this should eventually lead to a reduction in the dog population. But it's very, very difficult to ensure this happens already. It's not like they do it scientifically. It's not like there's some sort of survey and the dog population numbers are arrived at, and then it's decided that we have to sterilize these many dogs. In fact, usually it's the other way around. They just look at the budgets that they have, and then they go ahead and sterilize as many dogs as they can under that. So what dog lovers want is, of course, the community to be responsible for the dogs in their area. And while that's a really wonderful sentiment, unfortunately we have just not seen it happening. Even if the ABC rules are implemented in a more effective way, it's still going to take 10 to 15 years for the dog population to go down. So these are some of the issues that we're seeing. The other, and of course both sides, as I said, this is a very contentious issue across the country. There are the dog lovers who say that dog feeding helps reduce the aggressiveness in dogs, but then there are the other critics and scientists who point out that no, actually if you're feeding dogs constantly, they gather in one place. This creates a pack mentality. Also, if you're feeding, it does lead to an increase in population, because if the female dogs are being fed regularly, then they're more prone to give birth to a higher number of puppies. So again, this is something in a lot of, at least in Delhi we've seen, and in Gurgaon, a lot of housing colonies have huge fights within them, within the inhabitants, within the residents, over issues around the feeding of dogs. And then, when you go on to villages, etc., there's a huge challenge there. Now, what we have unfortunately seen is most of the people who advocate for dogs and they're dog lovers, and they have their hearts in the right places, but they obviously many of them belong to the higher strata of society, so to speak. They're not people who need to walk on the roads or whose children are playing on the roads. And most of those who suffer from dog bites or is the poorest of the poor. They're the ones who have to go on the streets, the children who play on the streets. And if we take a look at the statistics, there were 1.5 crore dog bite cases in India between 2019 and 2022. The highest number of dog bites were in UP, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra. According to the World Health Organization, there are 18,000 to 20,000 rabies deaths in India each year. And rabies is something that you don't really see in the Western world, and it's unfortunate that not enough is being done here to really tackle this problem. According to WHO, India accounts for 36% of the world's rabies deaths. So that is, and I'm not saying that all of them are caused by dogs, but that is something for each one of us to think about and realize that this is a very real problem. Recently in India, we've had several cases in different parts. In Hyderabad, you had that horrific incident in which a 4-year-old child was attacked by a pack of dogs. In Kerala, it's a constant issue, and we've seen videos also of children who are returning being chased by dogs. So it is an ongoing problem, and I think everybody needs to work together to find a best solution, a humane solution to this problem, because it is a problem. Clearly it is, and this is something we all must come together to deal with. And finally, I'd just like to say that if you are confronted by a pack of dogs, then the way to deal with it is stand your ground, don't run or scream, don't wave a stick in its face. You also try to make yourself seem larger. That are some of the things that you could do if you find yourself, which I hope you don't, in a situation when you're faced by dogs. So I hope this, just everybody needs to realize this is an issue that deserves a lot more attention than it's currently getting.